I say you could probably stack a quarter on that.
It wouldn't fall.
And it's about the same same thickness of a quarter.
This is a pretty good view right here of how much that lobe has come down.
Yeah,
So, what up, YouTube? We're back. More junk in the shop today. Finally, we get the SunTurd in here, aka, well, the Sunbird, aka the SunTurd.
Yep.
So this is the other vehicle that's gonna. This is part 2. You're gonna be bandit number 1. I'll be bandit number 2.
Yep.
Number 2. For the power tour. So we're gonna get this thing. We're looking at it right now. We dug into it a little bit. Steve's been having a little bit of upper valve train noise.
As it turns out, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, we kind of figured out what was going on. So in the meantime, I got the SHO done. I got it driving. I got about 30 miles on it so far. But I'm not going to talk about, knock on wood, there might be something else with it, but we're not going to talk about it. Louis not here right now. He had to go to a race meeting. He'll be back in a little bit. Race car, Louis got a couple things that he bought for it, trailing arm and things like that to make it right. So we'll just do a simple night. I'll let Steve kind of go around the unit with us. All right, Steve, I know we kind of went over it. Now it's finally in the shop. I know we discussed the wheels. We got those. Those are from, what are those ones?
Those are from like an 85 Cavalier or something like that.
Z24? Yeah, Z24. Pretty jazzy looking.
This thing's a 1990 Sunbird. Came out of Hawaii originally.
Really?
Yeah. Title was originally in Hawaii.
That's wild.
But it's been here for a long time, and it shows because it's pretty rusty.
Yep.
But,
yeah, it's got, I'll bring you around. We'll do a little bit of a walk around, kick the tires a little bit.
Top's a little...
fried. Yeah, well, that Hawaii sun will take care of that. We'll blame the Hawaii sun.
Hawaii sun and...
the Hawaiian rust.
You got Hawaiian rust. Yeah. That might have been Illinois or Wisconsin rust, too.
Yeah. So, that'll
happen.
It runs, it drives.
It goes down the road, it's kind of slow.
It's box edition.
It's not especially fast. But
So,
it made it on one power tour already, so...
Yeah. And there's not a lot of people and not a lot of groups out there that actually, talk about these much.
No, I joined Cavalier groups, and they all drive the 2000 Cavaliers and talk about neon lights and speakers and stuff. And I ask questions about this, and they don't know, so...
Yeah, it's... this will probably be its last ride down. Do this one power tour and probably send her on the road.
Send her on the road. It'd be a good around town car for somebody. Summer
Yeah.
If you. That's when I use it when we're not power touring. So.
Yeah, as long as it runs. Now, I wonder if we could. Well, let's bring them in here in a second. But so when you do the power tour, you get the stickers. You get a little emblem up there that you put on your car. So. That's what we're planning to do here second week of June. So this thing, and then come out here.
We're only,
And the SHO.
50 days away?
The SHO. Got her all back together. Got the steering rack in there. So there's no live action on that. I didn't take any video of that. Fixed the coolant line that was leaking. I put some fresh fuel in it. I have one of the rear brakes is locking up just a little bit, so we got to figure out that. Parking brake is all screwed up. I'll take that out of there because I don't want to have to do it. Yeah, pause for editing. John, mental note. So yeah, this is the gem crew that we're going to be taking, but this car is actually relatively clean. The problem being is just availability of parts on this thing, and there's not a great demand for this type of car. But it's going to be hard. I think, there it is, another Excursion, diesel. So it's a great car. It's pretty reliable for the most part. The engine before was just kind of it was leaking from everywhere. And if you know anything about these cars, they're just prone to a lot of gaskets. I mean, every car is from the era.
I mean, you get this old, they all start to dry out.
Yeah, so, but let's get back inside because it's cold out in Wisconsin. So we had the last video that I just shot when me and Louie were doing the actual spark plug on the Excursion. It was 80 degrees out when we did that. And now it's about 40. Yeah, it's great. It's great. So let's go inside and Steve can kind of take a look at the SunTurd. Oh, we're locked out. Oh. Did I miss the button? Oh, I got it. All right. So we're bringing it back in here. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll take a look at this again. So Steve's going to point out. So what a valve or the lobe on the camshaft is supposed to look like, nice and smooth.
Yeah, for the most part. That's 175,000 miles.
It's not flat. It's pretty much.
It's got wear, but
It's got wear. It's not the best one, but it's not the worst one.
This is the worst one.
This is probably going to be your worst one right there. So you can look from the angle that we're looking at here how flat that is. That is supposed to be like that last one where it's nice and round. That's the peak has been worn down so bad that it's practically almost flat.
Yeah, and that's what's causing all the chatter in here is that that valve is coming up here and tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, and we have, so you said this one's good, right? These two are good.
These are much better. That's what makes me believe that maybe this bearing is worn.
Yeah.
That's causing the whole cam to move a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is causing that wear.
So that's what we discovered. Now, the options to fix this are not really what we want to do, right?
No. It's, well, you put a new head on it. That's not going to happen. It's a rusty car. It's old. It's an economy car.
So what are we going to do?
Well, we're going to button it back up and pretend we never saw it.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to put a new gasket on it because it was leaking right there. You can see where it's missing gasket material right there. Steve will hold it, and it's kind of missing out there. So if you look, I'll move the light. So nice and clean over on that side. Gasket was making good contact. You go over here and it just slimed like crazy. So we're going to fix that, and we're going to say that everything is fixed.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it did the power tour once. It'll do it again. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, and we'll send it down the road afterwards, as long as it makes it, knock on wood. I mean, it's going to make it. Right, Steve?
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind.
Okay. Well, I'll cut into us not making it then.
The narrator says
Yeah.
they didn't make it.
And they were never seen again. Backwood Hills of Georgia.
Oh.
So, well, that's pretty much it. We're just going to button it up. We really don't have anything else for it. I'll probably cut to a couple shots of it running and you can kind of hear that chatter a little bit. But as far as what Steve bought it for was to make the run. He wasn't planning it to have it for this year, right?
No, we were planning on doing this again, but couldn't.
With this car.
Yeah, we were going to just move on to something else, and we didn't. So we're just going to use it again and make the best out of it.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. It's a $1,500 car, and it's the most fun I've had in a $1,500 car.
Oh, those are the fun
Those
cars.
are the more fun.
The cheapest cars, I can remember all of them. The other ones usually could be a pain, or you're making monthly payments on something.
Can't have fun in that.
You can't, yeah, because the bank technically owns it. I can't just thrash on it. If I own the car, I can thrash all I want. So that's the plan. We're gonna take this thing and the SHO. How many miles? Like 20. With us driving down there is like almost 1,000 miles.
It's going to be a total over 3,000.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 3,000 miles, and it's the trip down is gonna be the annoying part. I think it's the trip driving to all the other places is gonna be fine. It's just getting there is gonna.
Because we live so far away from anything good.
Yeah, it's Green Bay, so we got to drive from Green Bay, Wisconsin, to Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is even south of the city, technically.
Just to get the thing started.
Yeah, just to start the adventure.
Yeah.
Although we'll already be on an adventure.
It'll be an adventure.
I'm gonna take some video and time lapse take some time lapse of us driving the tour down there, and then we're planning to go through the tail of the dragon, which would be cool. We can get a sticker for the car.
Oh yeah.
And then we can get, the power tour stickers like he's got, like I said, on there. Just get the guard, get the t-shirt.
All the swag.
Go to Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's, we're gonna go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Buc-ee's. But yeah, if there's any other updates for tonight, otherwise Louis is just doing some race car stuff. He'll be back here in a little bit. And if there's anything cool, I'll pop you back in. What do you call this?
Oh, this is the old Craigslist rebuild. We're gonna freshen up this.
Steve's got it all cleaned down. We're
cover here.
gonna give her some detail. If we had some red, we would put red in there. But we're gonna get back on there and just.
Now we're just gonna wipe that right off of there.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. This
really makes that
the 2.0
2-liter
pop. Yeah. You gotta let people know. Overhead cam. That's some of the cam is missing, but
it's still overhead. It's still there
because it's gonna be hanging overhead Steve's head the entire trip.
Yes, essentially yes.
Wow, look at that! Look at that sharp.
Full rebuild.
All right. Well, that's the other update we got. Otherwise, everything else is clean. Maybe a little clean your surface off. Steve took the razor blade and just scraped off all the leftover gasket on there. So he scraped all the leftover gasket on that. Did it on there. Cleaned that up so you can have a fresh start. And you'll probably degrease the rest of this. Maybe that side later.
I think we're gonna do that. We'll run a candid degreaser over that.
Did you want to wait for Lou to see this, or we
can stop together. I don't.
He'll have to watch the episode.
It'll give him a reason to tune in. So that'll work.
All right, we'll be back in a second. We're gonna do a cold start after we did the repair. What do you think?
I think it's gonna run the same as it did before.
Oh god, okay. Hit it. Does this sound quieter? Oh, there it goes.
That's all from right here.
So weird.
But it looks much nicer now.
Yeah, look at that thing. You can tell people you fixed it, even though they can clearly hear that you didn't fix it. But it was rebuilt, but you lost the receipts, right?
Lost them. Gone.
Well, guys, wish us luck. We're gonna need some prayers, the automotive prayer gods, to make it on that journey. Otherwise, we're gonna have people pushing it down the road.
We're bringing titles.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
All right, here's a little midweek add-on to the episode. Louis, what are we doing?
Another spark plug.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, everyone, you know how this goes. But tonight's challenge is even a better one because the one that we did before was kind of an open space. You just take the intake off and you got access right away. Now, Louis digging through all these hoses, and of course, it's the one at the back this time. So Louis got to break all these clips off and then get the valve cover off.
We only took care of one. The rest of them actually all came off pretty good.
All right. What you doing down there?
Working on the valve cover.
How's the valve cover going to come off of there? Okay. Well, hey guys, you don't need to watch this again. You just needed an update that it happened again. So Louis driving the SHO, that thing's always going to keep firing. It'll run.
Nope, we had a spark plug come out in practice, so we rolled out the backup car.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a third vehicle in the fleet of your family, isn't it?
Yeah, in the family.
In the family, to have a third vehicle is not a bad thing, because Louis was like, I'm not doing this tonight, as in last night he wasn't going to do it, because he was pretty much all the way home. So then I dropped off the SHO for him to use, and that thing I want to put miles on it anyways, so I thought, and I work from home, so I'm not putting miles on any of these vehicles. So I'm like, Lou, just drive her to work. And he said he got her up to about 90 today.
A couple times.
Yeah, let her eat. Did you check the
I didn't check anything.
the coolant line come on?
No.
No?
I didn't check anything.
Well, the coolant light.
Yeah.
It's on the dash. It's safe.
Is it the one that's flashing?
No, that's the airbag. I got to get myself a clock spring for that. That's why the horn doesn't work too, I think. And I think that's why the cruise control probably won't work. Because I think if we glue that clip together that's broken, should be able to make it work. So, no, Louis says we have to, but I don't know if we have to. But, I mean, he's getting faster. The problem is now there's more stuff in the way to, bother him.
On this side, for sure.
The captain's side is going to be perfectly fine. He could get that thing probably done in an hour, especially one of these front ones. Because there's
You don't even
these
have to
two?
hardly take...
We didn't do this one.
Didn't do that one, and
that one right there.
there's one other one there.
So, anyway, so that's number 4. If everybody's keeping count, that's number 4 that's popped out. So, almost halfway there.
We'll be halfway tonight.
Halfway tonight. I might not be here. Louis might be. I might have to ask him to film it when it misfires right away.
Like it has everything.
Yeah, every time. Tour coming up here in, I think, 46 days. Was it?
You count?
No, they have. Somebody's got a ticker. Jamie has a ticker. So you'll see that. SHO looks like it's doing okay. I've ordered some fog lights for that thing so I can see in case we get caught in the dark, because you can't see anything when you drive in the dark. It's impossible. And everybody goes, oh, aim the headlights up. I'm like, guys, you don't know how these headlights are. Anyways, if you ever owned a Ford from the early 90s or any early 90s vehicle and you had headlights on that, you understand, especially if they don't make aftermarket cleared ones for you. But we'll have a lot of content that coming up. We're going to go practice on the 6th or the 4th.
Well, we're gonna go out on the 4th and just goof around, and then the 6th is the proper practice.
Okay, so proper, that's a Saturday, right? It's a Saturday practice. So May 6th, Carl will be on the track, probably just make nice, probably get up to speed a little bit, a couple, like not too many laps at speed, just, shake it down.
Get the wide open, make sure everything's working, and check
Yeah.
your ride heights.
And that's next week already, so I mean. All right, guys. Well, status update. It's been, what time is it? It has been exactly 4 hours. Is it 4 hours? No, it's 3 hours. 3 hours. Right? 7:40. It's 10:40.
Oh,
Okay, so it's been 3 hours. Okay, and the last spark plug that we did took 3 hours to do the whole thing. On the drinker side, we got the valve cover off in 3 hours. Just got it
Are
out.
you serious?
Yeah, took us
Here that long?
3 hours to do that. Well, it took
It's a
Louis
valve cover.
took Louis 3 hours to do it.
It's like 20 minutes to take off the other side.
Yeah, I know. You guys kind of like look at this unit. So there's the captain side, and then you got all this big blower motor fan and all that other crap just tucked right in there. So we have decided that we are going to do all of them because this is not coming apart again. And I think you made that judgment before, though. You said, I think we had talked about that. Once it's off, it's off. We're going to do more than just for the valve for this side. So
The other side is not really a big.
no, it's not. You can do that on the side of a highway, no problem. You can probably get it done in a parking lot. This thing right here, all this right there. So
That made me second.
yeah, look at it. We got the coolant.
Why is the wheel off? We changing tires too?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We gotta put. Yeah.
What's with the tire iron?
Yeah, I don't know, but now.
We were looking for a tool to take the lug nuts off.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah. Well, it needed to be done. I think it was just saying that maybe we should just lay it up for a while. Louis got new tires for the thing too, so probably gonna do those in the meantime because it's gonna be sitting here for a bit. So Miles will do it.
We can't be sitting here long. We gotta. I guess we could use.
You can use a dually or that's true. In a very big pinch if we need to. But yeah. So if you guys are ever doing that, I looked it up on like
What'd you say? Identifix.
Identifix, but it's what do they call the other one? Like the anyways, one of the service websites, or whatever, the rating on it for just the valve cover replacement is 1.8 hours. And they tell you in the video that you have to have a special tool that holds the engine up. You're supposed to disconnect the motor mount from the right-hand side, lift the engine up to help you get everything out. You're supposed to drain the coolant system. You're supposed to do all this other stuff. We didn't do that stuff, so it probably was a little bit harder, but in reality, I don't know how much more it would have been different because getting at the back, the furthest bolt on the firewall was
that doesn't
impossible.
Seem to help you much.
No, it wouldn't. I mean, it would give you
all the jacking would do is help you get the valve cover out, but that really wasn't the hard part.
Yeah,
the hard part was getting the hardware loose. The 25 bolts that hold the valve cover.
Yeah, and I know we had talked about how those bolts are nice because they have the nice keepers on it, but that one can cause an issue to some of that stuff too because then you don't know which one's holding you up, and we had a couple that were kind of holding us up. So, all right, well, that was just another update. I'll probably add this in after or before or whenever. And so this thing will be
bonus coverage.
Yeah, bonus coverage of junk because this thing's probably gonna sit here for I don't know. You think you're gonna try to get them all done in one night? Well, you probably get them done pretty
Over the weekend.
Yeah, over the weekend.
Sure. Do a
Put it all back together. Put some tires on. We got to get tires on it before you
two
start
tomorrow,
pulling.
two on Friday. Two on
Tires are pretty much dry rotted. So, all right, guys. Well, stay tuned for anything else. Like, share, subscribe. I'll probably edit this out, but it doesn't matter.
Did you
Have a
already
good
say
one.
that?
All right, Louie. Got it all back together. What do you think? How many misses are we gonna have?
Oh, two.
Two?
Yeah.
Two.
That was gonna be my guess.
2.
It's tough to do. It's tough to pick a line on, on 10 cylinders. You don't have that much to choose from. But over under 2. I'm gonna take
2.
Or is it
2. 2.
2. No!
That's just the brewer channel.
Oh yeah, she missed it. Yeah, she's missing bad.